what should people conclude from your research on this issue?
This is a great final question. The way this is often phrased, and sadly I phrased it myself somewhat this way in my early days, probably the first time we met in 2003 and I gave a talk on apologetics and you came to hear me at William Lane Craig's church, I might have framed it this way, David, I'm not sure. Wish I had a recording of that actually now. I would play it and embarrass myself. Something to the effect of, the apostles were all, they died as martyrs except for John. They believe the resurrection happened. It's true, therefore Christianity is true. That just simply is a non sequitur. We cannot conclude that Christianity is true or the resurrection happened from this. The last paragraph, or second to last paragraph in the book, I say distinctly, all this really takes us back to is minimally the willingness of the apostles to suffer and die. Some of them die as martyrs. No evidence any of them recanted. They really believe that Jesus appeared to them. Now, how do we know the resurrection happened? Now we're going to have to look at the evidence for the empty tomb. Now we're going to have to look at the evidence, the other cases for the appearances. Now we're going to have to consider naturalistic hypotheses. So this is one piece, and I think an important piece, that they're not liars. I mean, again, J. Warner Wallace says, and he's a cold case detective, because in every case that he's had, people lie for one of three reasons: power, sex, or money. Jesus was like, give up your power, the first shall be last. It wasn't about sex. Clearly, Jesus showed nothing but dignity and proper treatment of women. He was single. Paul was single. And it's not about money. They talk over and over again about giving to the poor. I think they really believe they had seen the risen Jesus.
And I do too. So as far as what people should conclude here, you're pointing out that this rules out a possible explanation. So we know what the early disciples were claiming. What are the main possible explanations, even if you're including naturalistic explanations? One possibility, they're lying about this.
Yep.
Another possibility, it's legend. It develops over many decades or something like this, and myth spreading and so on. Hallucinations. And so this would block one objection, and then you'd have to deal with the other objections in other ways. You'd have to show, really, all these people are hallucinating about this guy in the same way. And then on the legend, you just have to show, no, this stuff goes back very early. Belief in Jesus' death, resurrection, and deity is very early.